Do we even have the Nuggets account tweeting out this thing?
I don't even know, man. We don't even know. We weren't even prepared for it. Doesn't matter. Friday night in the Winners Lounge. Let's get this thing started. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge.
Let's go! Yeah, let's go, dude. You can't touch us, dude. You can't see
late on a Friday night. You really can't touch us, man. I'm telling you, our Nuggets roll in the first ever in-season tournament.
We're built for this.
Dude, we're so built for this, man. You know, there's Jokic and then there's playoff Jokic. We found out in-season Jokic or in-season tournament Jokic.
Bro,
also.
We thought early on, it was first off, we know about Bubble Murray.
Yeah.
We know about regular season Murray, but in-season Murray, holy smokes, dude.
He was good. He was good. But Jokic tonight, man. Jokic tonight clears.
I mean, come on.
Jokic tonight clears everything. Michael Porter, a little defense. My goodness, Michael Stopper Jr. tonight.
Dude, Michael Porter Jr.?
Michael Porter Jr. every night. It's incredible. We got no shortage of fun things to talk about. And then we need to launch an investigation.
Uh-oh.
Talk about robbery. I was robbed tonight.
Real robbery.
Dude, people love true crime podcasts.
This is going to be a very true crime podcast. We're going to look into all the details. To help me out, I got D-Lenko.
That's right, guys. Smug's back on the menu, boys. Smug is back on the menu.
It is back on the menu. Over there, Superstar Dev.
I wonder if the Nuggets are the best in-season team of all time.
Hard to argue.
In-season tournament team
Hard
of all
to
time.
argue.
A lot of teams came up close wins, maybe beat bad teams, but an undefeated Mavs team made it look like light work.
Not anymore.
I have a question, though, Dev. How do we do on bets tonight?
I'm not going to lie to you. We did our thing.
We did our thing.
We did our thing. I'm going to be very honest.
But you gave so many bets. There's no way.
In the pregame show, Dev gave out like 100 bets, and they all hit.
They were bangers. No lie. I felt it today. I knew that they were all going to hit.
At a certain point during that segment, I was like, "This is irresponsible."
I know, it was like a 15-minute segment. And it just kept going on and on.
And it turns out he was just selling early Bitcoin.
That one was crazy. There was one. I know we're going to get to the investigation. There was one.
There's one bet that
was
hit,
pretty crazy,
but didn't hit.
That was.
Oh my gosh!
It hit.
Very distracting game for me personally in the first half. As I had to come up here in the second half because I was like, enough of this. I got to focus in. So as we do the fast break breakdown, first half going to be a little thin. Let's go through it. Michael Porter Jr. driving. He was going to the basket a lot tonight.
Beautiful.
It was nice to see. We think of Michael Porter the shooter.
Michael Uber Jr.
That's a good one. I have a note in here. I always love when these notes at the beginning become foreshadowing. Jokic dominating.
So good. Dude, no one takes notes like
this. This is an early note. I don't know if you guys caught that.
We should make.
I don't know if you saw that.
You should take live notes into a Google Doc and people can subscribe to them.
Just to the doc, to the Google Doc.
I wonder what he's going to say next.
Jokic good.
Another one. This is from the second quarter now, you guys. Luka keeps trying Michael Porter and ISO. The Mavs do this nonstop. Just hunt. They play like they're kind of boring in that way, where they just hunt mismatches. Where they found MPJ and were like mismatch, but guess what? It wasn't. Luka had 6 turnovers. Kept getting stuffed by MPJ. Michael Porter tonight defensively.
Seriously.
Maybe his best defensive game of all time. Then I have another note in here. Jokic not missing.
That's why you subscribe, dude. That's why you subscribe.
Let's see if this continues. 70-55 Nuggets at the half.
You shouldn't save that for legs.
Okay, yeah. This is the type of analysis he likes when I bring it to the table. I got to come way more correct for legs. All right, third quarter. Jokic still not missing. Luka still trying MPJ and failing. Aaron Gordon, sick reverse off of a phenomenal play. So I have a running document right now. I don't know if I haven't told you guys this. I have a running doc of the best plays of the year. Because every year we get to the best at the end of the year, and we're always like, what's the best play? We can't remember anything.
Yes.
For some reason, we can remember like 3 things.
Because every game is so beautiful, it just wipes out the previous beautiful game.
2 games made the doc tonight. There's 4 highlights that made it into the doc so far. 2 of them come from tonight. One of them, Aaron Gordon catches on the weak side. For some reason, he should have just dunked it. Got the foul or whatever. But instead, he's like, you know what? What if I just do this crazy reverse?
Can I tell you the only bad thing about that highlight?
What?
Is that we're going to watch it and see it on that goddamn court
so
forever in history.
That was a saucy finish. Like, he just started going crazy.
Dude, it was
and it was high.
And kept going.
It hit like the top of the backboard, you know. It was very sexy. Nuggets up to 18. Jokic goes out, and this is the third quarter, guys, the final few minutes. Very disappointing, 2-minute stretch for the bench. I was actually a little bummed with Murray because I thought Murray got very careless in that stretch. It went from 18 to 12. Hold on. The only reason that it didn't become a disaster, because the Mavs made a run in the fourth as well, is that MPJ hit a 3 right at the buzzer. Do you guys remember this? Three-pointers at the buzzer of a quarter are such backbreakers. That one proved to be, but the foot was taken off the gas pedal there, where it's not like you need to have killer instinct all the time, but it was sloppy.
This is the same thing the Lakers did, where they were made a run, and you're like, wow, oh, this is so bad. And you're like, oh, right, it's Luka versus the bench. Luka Doncic was against the bench the same way that LeBron James was against the bench.
But I'm telling you, this isn't what happened. This is what happened in the fourth quarter. This isn't what happened in the third quarter. In the third quarter,
perhaps I remember. Okay, yes.
I'm saying in the third quarter, you just need to get out of the quarter. You're up 18. Get out of it, whatever. But it was very sloppy. It was like they were just we can F around for 2 minutes, and you can't. Well, you could tonight, actually. They could F around. Fourth quarter, Luka versus the bench went very well for Luka.
So amazing.
He started just jacking up threes, and they were going in, man. His three-point shot is working right now. I put in here, Peyton Watson got benched tonight. If there was one bummer tonight, and Peyton Watson had some great plays, but he did get benched. Oh, by the way, I forgot that one. That was the other highlight. Peyton Watson steals a pass, goes through. Bro. Unbelievable dunk. Should have been a triple-double. We'll get to it later on.
I think it was great that he got benched. I'm going to be honest. Are we going to talk about that? I think
we
it was
will
great.
later on, but
it was great.
No, he was not great tonight. This was we're going to talk about this with Lively. He was a first semester freshman, and he had to go to the PhD class with Yoke, and he's like, I'm not ready for that. Peyton Watson had the same thing tonight. He had to go to the PhD to guard Luka, and it was like, whoa. So he gets benched. They put Aaron Gordon in, and this is that's right. Then everything normalizes.
Of course.
Christian Braun, back-to-back big-time plays on the offensive glass, loose balls, driving to the rim through contact.
Dude, I was like Christian Bruce Brown out there. Dude, that was exactly what Bruce Brown did in the playoffs in the big moments. It was crazy.
There was a dicey moment later in the game where the Mavs battled to get it to 7. They kind of got hot at the end here. I know a lot of people, Nuggets won the offensive boards, and the Mavs won the three-point battle. Guess why? Because the Mavs went tiny and put a bunch of shooters out there and had nobody to rebound. So the game kind of played out logically, and that's why it went this way. Huge offensive rebound, though. The play of the night to seal it, to me, was KCP slapping the ball off the backboard so Mike can grab an offensive rebound and put it in. The game was 7 points. I'm not saying Denver would have lost.
Sure.
But you go the other way and it cuts to 4, and it's like, crap, this is actually close. Instead, you get an offensive rebound, push it to 9, and then Yoke, just because he was feeling it tonight.
Dude.
He decided, what would be a really cool exclamation point on this game? What if I just drained a Sombor shuffle from the baseline?
Oh, dude, I thought you were going to talk about his unbelievable Euro step.
He Sombor shuffled. Then he Euro stepped.
I'm going to call that a Serbian step if he ever does that again.
Total Serbian step. Yoke was in his... You guys... Yoke did not mess around tonight. He was in his bag.
Dude, he was incredible.
I know, dude. He was in his post-Halloween pillow sack.
I hope that this is like a thing with Malone and I know the message from Malone in the pregame was we don't want to lose back-to-back games or whatever. I hope that becomes a thing because Yoke played this almost like he was not going to let him lose, and he was Michael Jordan-esque tonight.
I love this version of Jokic, early season killer Jokic, dude.
Not shaving.
I mean, he could shave. I don't love that.
No haircut,
dude. I have never. Jokic was so expressive after hitting that 3-pointer at the buzzer at halftime that he had such anger and force with it. He shocked himself. He was like, "Oh!"
And he woke up out of a frenzy.
Who was that?
Like a werewolf.
Dr. Jekyll. Who did that? It's unbelievable. I love it.
Woke up.
That's funny. All right, let's get this thing started. Dev, give me your big takeaway.
I truly feel like if the season ended today, Michael Porter Jr. would be the defensive player of the year. He was incredible tonight. Really, I could not believe how good he looked. And he didn't just look good just being out there. He stepped up and guarded Luka. And he really guarded Luka, forced multiple turnovers, used his size, was great on offense. This was an MPJ night. If Jokic wasn't damn near perfect tonight, Michael Porter Jr. was right there with him.
I know.
That was incredible.
The defense, man, I love the way Michael Malone is trying to prop him up this year. Because the thing he's saying about him is, we don't have any specialists. And that's what I love. He's talking about MPJ. We don't have any specialists. Michael Porter's not a corner guy. Last year, that was the story coming into camp, right? He needs to get to the corners. He's not getting to the corners. That's his spot. His spot
Michael
is the corner.
Jr.
But this year, it is about the impact on the boards, which he's done consistently. And tonight, man, as I said with Peyton Watson, who is a good defender, that's going to the PhD level when you have to guard Luka.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Porter, you got an A. First semester in the PhD program, you got an A.
Teacher's pet.
Brought an apple.
Yeah, he was great, dude. And, like, Luka was putting a lot, like, all the turnovers he had, he would drive in deep, he would be contained, and then he would try and make some crazy pass where there was just a nugget standing in the passing lane. God, it was so beautiful, man.
Yeah, I loved it. I love when, and actually, how funny is it that Vote's not here?
It's the best.
It actually is the best.
It's
I
the
love
absolute
that. We
best,
should talk.
dude.
We should really underplay this so that if he tunes into the winners, he's like, "You guys did. Mike was great. What's wrong with you guys?"
We're like, you know what? I don't think Mike's a team player.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
You know, like
they spam into the pick and roll though. That's what they never have to look out for. They didn't do that tonight.
Things are always better when like that person is not there. Like me and my family we go to Cancun every year. And last year, a couple of my friends went, and a couple of those friends did not come to the trip this year. Best time we've ever had. We've called them every day.
At 3 in the
We're
morning?
FaceTiming like, oh, bro, I didn't go to bed last night. Like we keep calling them. Look where we're at. Look. We're everywhere.
Vote.
We should call Vote
if you're
right now.
We should
You
call
know what?
No, if
Call
Vote-
FaceTime him up right now.
He
Can we-
said,
If Vote is watching, can he call in?
He's not watching.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
definitely not
You
watching.
want
But
me to call him?
we should for real FaceTime Vote in. See what he has to say on the show. What's your big takeaway?
do you guys have Vote's number? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
That was the best. That was the best. D-line.
Holy smokes, I wasn't ready for
I
that.
wasn't either.
My big takeaway is that, my God, man, like, it's so funny. The Nuggets lose one game. Everyone, you know, like, I like that we got our expectations reset by just like a terrible hangover game in Minneapolis
Totally.
and like now a game like tonight was so sweet.
So true.
It was just like you need like a little dose of reality.
So true.
We were in the wrong headspace. We were just, our heads were big.
We were entitled.
With emphasis on title. You know what I mean? Like, and
good.
so
Well
we
done.
are. Thanks. And it's like
What's up, man?
you just get.
Is he there?
What up, baby?
Let me see. Oh my God. Vote.
Oh, we're live.
You missed. Put him on the
Put
mic.
him on the mic, put him on the mic.
Turn it up loud and see
What's
what he says.
what's going on,
How'd
Vote?
you miss the Michael Porter game?
Oh,
He
man,
was the shuffle.
you missed
Is
it,
Vote
man. You
okay?
missed it. It was crazy. It was raining, and everybody kept on saying, yeah. Mike, everybody was talking about it. They said he might be in the defensive player of the year.
Oh, you missed
He got a
it.
chain. It was crazy, man. We're going to have to call you back. We're having too much fun.
See you later, dude.
Bye, man. Have a good one.
Dumbest show
Dude,
ever.
the Nuggets they're awesome. What a great basketball team. It's just like a night like tonight, the Mavs are undefeated coming in.
Yeah, they're defeated now.
The Nuggets just like point out your flaws so deeply. You know, against Minnesota, that's a team that actually matches up well against the Nuggets. Again, you guys talked about it, I wasn't here. Tim Connolly built both teams. He can create the cause, he can create the antidote. So he has like some idea about like what's actually happening. But like a night like tonight where you're like, oh my God, Luka's incredible, but like what else? What else do the Mavs have to offer? Often, there's things here and there, but the Nuggets are so complete, and I love it. Like this is just the golden era is the only place I ever want to be. It's beautiful.
Both of those really good takeaways. Michael Porter, 24 points, 9 rebounds is great, but my big takeaway just has to be that this Jokic dude, man.
God damn it.
The regular season is such a, like there's good games, there's bad games, there's coast
We're not in
games
the
or
regular
whatever. The end season, not even the on season, but the in season. But then every now and then you get one of these Jokic games where he's like, I remember in the pregame when we were like, Lively, that guy can put some points on him or whatever. Like, this was a total sunning of a player who has, to this point, been very good and had a surprise one. I'm sure that he was hyped to come out tonight and, like Chet was, like measure himself against the MVP and be like, okay, let's see how I stack up. You don't. And this was one of those games where even Luka, as good as Luka is, you see the difference in a night like tonight about, Jokic does whatever he wants at an efficiency rate that nobody's ever seen before. 33 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, by the way. He called the block, gets the block. And here's what I just love, man. I'm so glad we're through the worst part of the Jokic arc where people were like, I'm just not sure if he's actually good.
I know.
Because who else scores 33 points on 14 of 16 shooting and it could be discounted as not real?
Efficiency merchant.
14 of 16?
If he really was down for the cause, he'd shoot 30 to 40 shots. It's like just like a real superstar.
Yeah. But really, how much would he have finished with if he had 30 in this game? Like, he was perfect tonight.
Perfect.
And the best part about it is everyone got to watch it. You know, it's not like, because at first I really do think it was like, how does he do that? Now they're like, I know he's going to do it, and he continues to do it in front of everyone. I just love when he cooks in front of you. Like, the Benihana special is the best thing that there is.
This was a Benihana special.
This is a Benihana special.
The whole NBA was at the
cooking
table.
it right in front of you. Everybody has to see it.
Here comes the volcano.
It's coming. It's coming. And we can't stop it. Oh, no, he's going to do that. Then it's like, the egg roll. The egg roll again.
Just flip a shrimp into Luka's mouth.
He's incredible. Like, truly, that was almost a perfect triple-double.
Dude, it was unbelievable.
Oh, that's crazy that we just get to experience that so many times. And it's actually, the Mavericks should feel blessed that they got to experience that today.
They're like, I'm lucky I got to witness this. This was incredible.
But remember when he put blah, blah, blah up on us?
You know what's great, too, is he actually, I don't know what his first shot is that he missed. I actually don't remember it. But
it probably was BS. Like, probably
got the rebound and put it right back in or something. But the second one was a Sombor, and I was kind of like, damn, that would have been a chair on the top. And then he did the exact same spot, exact same Sombor, as if he was like, it was a glitch in the Matrix. We're fine, guys. We're fine. And then he had another one that he actually won the game. If you guys recall this play, this was like 2018 or 2019. He hits a game winner. Luka Doncic hits what he thought was a game winner, and then Jokic cancels it out. And he does it with a sidearm. He looked like he was throwing like a pitcher throws a sidearm, a sidearm pitch. That's how he shot it, and he shot one of those tonight just for fun. He didn't even have to, but he was like, "You guys want one little encore?"
Dude, we're in the fucking. We're in his Bird era, man. He's just doing stuff just to do it. It's so great.
Tonight, Vote always calls him a reminder game. Tonight felt like a little bit like a reminder game. Like, hey, man, Timberwolves got a little bit, coming off a loss. Don't want to lose 2 in a row. Let's make sure of it. And this game was not particularly close. The end of the first quarter, Dev, 40-24.
The thing that's hilarious is the talk show hosts are going to, like, go through it. Most of it is like, does he care? Then do you say he didn't care and he just did that just to do it? Do you try to say that he buys into the in-season tournament? Do you just say that was just... What do you say on that type of game?
He's got to bring this energy to the All-Star game. That's all.
They're going to try to just do something else. Well, if he cared in the offseason, what would his real numbers be? Like, you really got to find something. Like, that's just the type of performance.
I'm telling you, though, I am most... no, I shouldn't say most proud. But one of the things I'm most proud of that we have accomplished here at DNVR as a group is that we have broken some of the dumb narratives. And we have started some of the good ones, that are like, hey, you start to point something out and repeat it long enough, people start to catch on. Well, one of those things that I think I personally have set out to do this summer, and I think everybody, we have collectively started to push this, that's starting to catch on, is the Yoke doesn't care thing is a dumb thing. And I think people are I think there's a real momentum to be past it, because you'll see the accounts, Bleacher Report or something will post something like, can you believe, and he does it, or CJ McCollum's quote or this or that, and everyone will pepper him with like, come on. Tonight, you're right, man. He hits that 3 and screams, and it was a little moment of like, oh shit, I forgot my act.
Who cares? Boring. Like, meanwhile, there's blood coming out of his nose. He screams so loud.
I'm telling you, Jokic, and I almost worry for him. Because there is a fire in his belly.
Yeah.
That is like growing. It really is growing.
I don't worry for him. I worry for the league, dude.
Well, I worry for the league too, but like, he really does seem to me to be a guy that is just growing and growing and growing in his drive. And you see it nights like tonight where you're like, he can't be bothered by these guys, and he wants it. That's what he wants, is to not be bothered by them.
But that's the beautiful thing, is that like this aggression does not come out in any other facet of his life that we see. I mean, he might rip his shirt off with ferocity to dance in a club to some accordion music, but like, you don't see, he's not like, he's jovial. He just, the thing where people, they just, think he doesn't care at all. It is a completely a bit, but it's that still waters run deep. That's like the exact way Jokic's aggression comes out. Like, you think that he doesn't care, and then he just like hits you in such a way.
Yeah.
And then when he lets on that, like, how much there's inside, like, it makes you want to root for him even more because you realize how much he does care, and it's appropriate for you to care to the level he does, and he cares a lot. So it's like not weird to care that much. Like,
I wish I could like peek just for a second. I want to stay in the present, but I wish I could peek to the Sports Center 20 years from now, the Sports Century look back on Yoke, because the narrative by then is going to be like, he was the fiercest competitor. Like, if we just extrapolate this from 7 years ago, he doesn't really care, he's fat, he doesn't really like basketball, this or that. It just slowly grows. 8 years from now, it's going to be like, Michael Jordan had nothing on Yoke.
Dude, he didn't take any nights off. Like, because when you really talk about it, like, he really is a competitor. Doesn't take nights off. He goes against everyone. He's like guarding the best people. You know, like, he doesn't back down from any of those things. And he really is competing every single time and trying to get his team better every single night.
Yeah, they're going to be like, he was the ultimate competitor. He wanted everything he did. Amy Del Duomo was a champion. Didn't matter what he put his hands on. Like, the man is a fierce competitor. He wins at all costs. Jokic is a winner in every sense of the word. Like, he gets life in ways that we never will. He just is I'll follow him till the end of the earth. I've made this clear. I'll do anything he wants. I'll kill people. I don't care. Jokic, if he'll talk to me, I'll do anything.
The craziest thing about Jokic, Michael Jordan took time off and he played baseball. Jokic became the heaviest horse race champion of all
the same time.
And it came back.
He's a two-sport athlete.
You guys check out his shoes, by the way. He debuted a new Nike Zoom GT Jump. The shoe, that's what he wear. A new colorway.
Yep.
They actually were dope. I'm not the biggest shoe guy, but they were really dope. You know, if I were like looking for them, where I would go?
Where would you go?
Where would you go?
I'd go check out Soul Savvy.
Where'd you know?
You didn't know I was going into an ad, did you?
I did.
Well, you could kind of tell there.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah, I did.
Don't miss out on the biggest sneaker drops. Download the Soul Savvy Drops app. Look at that thing right there. We've made this so easy for you that all you have to do is point that at your screen, that QR code that's right there. Or if you're listening to this on podcast form, open up the podcast app and go to the description and just click on the Soul Savvy app. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a big deal for us. We really want to get as many people signed up for this as possible here in the next weeks, because we are going to have a very surprise partnership coming up on something that I think everybody's going to want. We should make it that you can't sign up if you don't sign up now, you can't get in. We probably won't do that, but sign up now anyway to help us out. The Drops by Soul Savvy app makes it easy to keep up with all the latest news, releases, raffles, and sales in the sneaky world. It's your one-stop sneaker world. It is your one-stop shop for everything sneakers. Drop alerts, instant notifications, never miss a release again. You'll get instantly notified whenever your size is available to buy. Free raffle management. Keep track of all the raffles that happen in sneakers with our raffle tracker, a release calendar. Accurate release calendar will keep you updated on the releases that are coming out. So if there is a shoe you're looking forward to, sometimes you get mixed reports about where it is. Not on Soul Savvy. You're going to know exactly when it's dropping. Sign up at Soul Savvy by clicking on the link in the description below or by visiting links.soulsavvy.com/DNVR. Head over to the App Store and download the Drops by Soul Savvy app.
Let's go.
Hero Bread. I know you guys are probably looking at me and saying, Adam, how do you stay so fit and so thin? Is it just like your God-given physique?
That's what I always think that about you. I'm like, did Jokic himself give you this physique?
You would guess that, but no. What it is I watch my daily sugars and carb intake. It's the only thing I ever do. And you know what? It's been I can't eat bread. Until the other day, I come into the office and somebody says, have you tried this Hero Bread? They're a new partner of ours. I said, I don't eat bread. It's got carbs. They said, oh, no, this one has 1 net gram of carb.
This whole thing played out exactly how he's saying.
I was like, doing a bit.
Watching
really what happened. Then I went home and toasted the bread and made a sandwich, which I haven't eaten a sandwich in forever.
How did it taste?
Brother, I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. When I cut into the bread, the like crispy sound of the bread, it was unbelievable.
It's like a little more sensual than I think is in the read.
You know what? It really is. Well, actually, it does say here, taste and texture. The bread is soft, fluffy, and delicious. Flavorful. Primary nutritional interest, high fiber, ultra low net carbs. I'm telling you, zero sugar and 1 net carb. Try it out. You can find it at your local grocery stores. Hero Bread. Like I said, I swear by it. Right now, Hero Bread is offering DNVR family 10% off their first order. If you go to hero.co, hero.co, use promo code DNVR to save on Hero Bread today. hero.co, save 10%. All right. You know another thing I really like, even though tonight the numbers aren't going to tell you?
What's that?
I really like the Nuggets bench. And I know Peyton Watson struggled tonight with a tough challenge. But I'm telling you, man, the Nuggets have so many defenders.
Yeah.
They just have so many bodies. And like Luka tonight, and especially in the first half, he would get a switch and attack. And against the bench, it'd be like switch, switch, switch. And it would be like Zeke. And then it'd switch on to Christian. Then Peyton. Then Reggie would get in there and get a hand on the ball. And it was just like there's no easy guys. There's all these complicated matchups. And I honestly think Luka having all these turnovers tonight, how many do you have? 9?
9.
Moutier-esque. I honestly think a lot of that is that Denver presents all these different challenges, and he was like, damn, man.
He has guys that like come off the bench in a Peyton Watson. Even though that wasn't great for him, he's just going to make people work. And Denver's bench makes you work. Zeke was great off of the bench.
Yeah.
They just apply pressure the entire time. Christian Braun is, a unique matchup for other teams as well. That even when you stagger, you're going to work so hard that when the starters come back in, you're going to be drained. You're going to have to, work for it and try to win those type of matchups. So it was just great to just see the bench just kind of pick up where they left off.
Yeah. The bench is just full of, energy, guys. It's pretty wild. The bench feels very different than it did last year.
Yeah.
Early on, they feel very, stout. They feel they're just high energy. They're all tenacious. They all have that. I'm trying to avoid the term try hard, but they have that energy, but with the good version of that.
So they have a baseline of talent that I think had they not had the energy to it, it would not be a good bench.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I mean, and that's why when you don't want to say try hard, because it's not like they suck.
Right, that try hard implies you're not good, but you try hard.
But they have potential to be good. I mean, Peyton Watson right now is not a great offensive player. He has some offensive skills.
Dude,
eventually he can be. Christian Braun, I think similar, he's a okay offensive player, but right now he doesn't have everything. So they have to play hard to make up for it. But that's the thing is they have defensively they have that. So when they add all those things together, it's just there's these moments where they swarm you.
It's so true.
To where Yoke bullies you for 9 minutes and then he checks out and you're like, okay, what do we have now? A bunch of swarming ants.
Yeah, dude, they don't have try hards, they have play hards.
There you go.
They play hard.
That's true. They do have play hards.
I love it, dude. I love Peyton Watson. I'm so sold on Peyton Watson.
He had such a bad game tonight, but I agree with you.
But he had the highest. He had the highest peaks for how low the lows got. I don't care. He's young. He's getting better. Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone learns in this league. I have seen what he is capable of, and it is so impressive to me. And I cannot wait for him to really get his mind wrapped around this game.
Yeah, that's
use use his energy, his length, his athleticism, and always in the right way, and not because he has a tendency he'll get. Someone will get by him and then he'll go too hard. Then he'll be a try hard and then he'll try and swat it and or whatever. He'll find himself in a bad position. He'll take a bad shot every now and again. But that dunk he had, I love every time he blocks a shot. It's invigorating, and I just love the energy he plays with. I'm so in on Peyton Watson. I'm the Peyton Watson guy of this goddamn podcast. Hands off of this entire fan base. Everyone, hands off. I'm the P-Wat guy.
I bet you that the home crowd does not think he had that bad of a game.
No, they didn't.
Well, because his highlights were.
They remember the highlights.
That's
those are the type of things. But also, there's more for him to build on. So it's so early in the season, and now's a tough matchup. But I bet you he has a different account than Derek Lively did tonight, because he got worked, and it's okay, how do I get better from there? Peyton Watson get worked, they win, but he has some things to build on that he's okay, we won the game. I had a highlight. I just have to work on these tools and just use that. So I love that Peyton Watson had that type of game with Denver winning, and also there's still so much more to him that he can add.
It's true because he did by the numbers and by a lot of different metrics and the way of looking at it, had a bad game. But he also had a great game. So what do you do with that?
He had great. What it was is he had a bunch of miscues, especially in transition. And I always say the mistakes hurt more than the good things impact. Yeah. And tonight he made several in a row that got him benched. But here's the thing. I'm with you, D-Line. Like, I was the biggest Peyton Watson skeptic, and through 6 games, he really has won me over to where I'm like, it's there. And I'm going to still say this. It's still, to me, potential.
It is.
Because you don't know if it'll be realized. It's up to, but I will say this. It's up to him. He's going to have he is in my opinion, a perfect opportunity to grow into the best version of himself. And this is year 2. Year 1 was really a wax on, wax off year, right? He just spent the whole year waxing on, waxing off.
Wax off.
Is that wax on, wax off? He had to do that where it was like, all right, you're going to sit on the bench and you're just going to take notes for a year. And he did that. And now he's in the era where it's like, hey, man, I had an awesome block and a dunk and a this or that. And it's like, yeah, but you missed your transition assignment. Yeah. So guess what? You're out for the rest of the game. And I love that because it's building the foundation. It's the tough love he needs. And there's a lot of really, really, really good players that I look around. I'll give you one example. Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, I think, wants it. He's a great player. I think he's been in the unfortunate circumstance where he hasn't always been held accountable or been part of a team where it mattered whether he was accountable or not. And now here he is halfway through his career, and you're like, he dropped 50 points and lost by 16 the other day to like Detroit or something, right? And I think you look at Zach LaVine and he's miserable. He's like, man, and he hasn't learned the things he doesn't know. Whereas Peyton Watson makes all these great plays, and it's like, it doesn't matter, Grasshopper. You have lessons to learn that are going to make you into something more.
Since we have been recording this thing, since I have been talking into a microphone, like, I have always been a staunch Michael Malone defender because I believe that he handles young players in the right way, in that he gives them... He praises them heavily when they do well, but he doesn't allow them to do things that they're not supposed to do. He punishes them in a way that's like, it's not like punitive, but like, this is how he handled Michael Porter Jr. This is how he handles like every young player like that comes in and has like a certain way that they play, and he has to like get them into the mold of playing the right way around Nikola Jokic. But like, you know, if you're not doing right, you're going to get benched. Like if Peyton Watson ended up on the Houston Rockets, like, it would be a disaster.
Oh, yeah, like Jalen Green's not on his path right now. He's not on the path to becoming the player he should be.
Yeah, but what you just said is Michael Malone, like, rewards you for doing well. Yes. And then when you don't do well, he has to, you know, do that. But it builds that character, and also it sets up for nights like this. The other day, Michael Porter Jr., he got benched.
Yeah.
Didn't play that well.
Yep.
What did he do today?
I guarantee
he responds because that's just like what he's built over time. He could have moped, he could have stopped, but also he understands. Everyone else at home is upset. Like, what is Malone doing? He's going to want to leave. And how do you know he doesn't like that? He's, you know, getting pushed to those type of limits where he responds with these type of games, because a lot of people aren't when they get called out by their coach. Do this to James Harden. Bench him for a couple of games.
James Harden's a system. That's different.
Just bench him.
All right.
It's just going to go different.
But really quickly, I guarantee Michael Malone effusively praises MPJ tonight in some form or fashion.
Well, before we move on to MPJ, though, I do want to put a button on Peyton Watson, because I'm with you. Like, I'm so excited for Peyton. I love this bench. The biggest surprise, maybe of the entire Jokic era, is how much I like this bench. It's every year the Jokic era has been goes to the bench, and you're like kind of like either going to be bored or nervous or one of those things. Now the bench goes to the bench, and I'm kind of like, ooh, this is like, you know, like an intermission like show or something. And I'm like, all right, this is great. Something cool could happen. They could swarm you. They could get some athletic plays. But the last thing I'll say, we do have to open up our investigation, because I did lose one bet tonight, you guys.
Oh, boy.
I bet on Jokic to get a triple-double.
Yep.
And Dev, help me understand something here. If I pass you the ball, and then you immediately, with no dribbles, dunk that ball into the basket, that's an assist, right?
Yeah, that's what happens.
That's what happens. Like, no dribbles, no nothing, just I passed you, you get it. Now, let's say I pass someone else, and the ball goes to you, and you dunk it. That's still an assist. I still passed it to you. Like, for example, we've seen guys tap the ball on accident, and it goes into the rim. It's called a basket.
It's a basket.
Yeah, dude.
If I do an alley oop and it goes into the rim,
Dev just hit a shot.
that's a shot.
Just hit a jumper. So Yoke just passed the ball. It maybe was intended for Peyton Watson. Maybe
We
not.
don't know.
We don't know.
Are you trying to NBA stat keepers? Are you saying that you understand what Jokic was doing more than Jokic does?
Well, do you guys remember the other day the punch pass by Jokic? When you watch that live, it looked like it was a whatever. Then you watch it in repeat or slow motion, and you're like, oh no, Yoke just knows what he's doing at all times. Now I think Yoke probably did just try to pass to KCP, and it was stolen by Peyton Watson. That would be my guess. But I don't care. It's a pass. It was a dunk. There was no dribbles. It was a dunk. How is my triple dunk? Why am I losing money over here?
See, that's where the investigation comes into play because there are so many different accounts, and that's why we got to put somebody on the case to see what it truly is. Because some people are saying it's the Peyton Watson assist. Some people are saying it's an Aaron Gordon assist.
What?
So we don't know where the actual assist was taken away.
What do you mean?
He's saying that it wasn't necessarily that assist that was
That's where the
discredited.
investigation comes. They
That's
say that
why
it
we
could be
have
a
to stay
different-
vigilant.
We
You
have to stay vigilant. Make sure that you keep your eyes out because we need to know. Everybody keeps on saying that's not the play. Well, tell us where the play is.
Yeah,
Show us
dude.
where that help us with our
The
investigation.
only cure to something so nefarious as the assist shaving that the NBA just shamelessly did is to win one of the other 84 bets that Dev gave out that he won all.
That's so true. such BS, man. I'm so angry. I could spit.
Please do.
I just have a dry mouth though.
Uh-oh.
Wet my whistle with an avalanche amber.
Oh, I
Wasn't
thought maybe
the
it was you were
smoothest.
going to Cottonmouth, Kind Love.
No, that could have been there. Breckenridge Brewery is the official beer partner of the DNVR Nuggets podcast. You guys know they've been a homie, man, since we arrived on the scene.
Yo.
Before, we were really birthed from Breckenridge Brewery, if you
You
want
were,
to think
dude.
about it.
Yeah, dude. We call it we came from the Brett Canal.
He's really good at this, but I hate it too. I don't love that. We came from the Brett Canal, huh? Anything else you want to go there?
Thanks, Breck.
You guys check them out. My favorite, the Avalanche Amber. It is in season right now. Technically, it's always available, but it's in season at this very moment. It tastes so crisp, so refreshing. You might want to try the Broncos Country if you're into that kind of thing.
Dude,
you might want to try the.
Now's the time.
You know what you should crack open tonight?
Avalanche Amber.
Nope.
Amber. Oh, a Nuggets.
Nope. A Vanilla Porter Jr.
Oh,
This is such a Vanilla Porter Jr. night.
you should get 3.
You should get 3. He had his 3-ball going tonight. Crack open a Vanilla Porter Jr. You don't know where to find it. Just use the Breck Beer Locator. It'll tell you what bar, what restaurants, what grocery stores, liquor stores have it. You can get Breckenridge Brewery. It's all over the country, so you can find it. Use that Breck Brew Locator. Also want to tell you guys about what I have not done before, College Invest.
Okay.
So let me go over to here. It's important to start saving for college early.
You should talk to yourself, the father.
I should
through
talk
this
to myself
ad.
about this one. I work in sports media.
Yeah.
And you need a plan just in case your child doesn't land an athletic scholarship. College Invest makes it easy with flexible saving plans. It's important to start saving for college early. You benefit from the Colorado tax deduction. Savings can also be used for trade schools or apprenticeships nationwide. Open your account at collegeinvest.org. That's collegeinvest.org. Start saving now. Set your kids up for success.
Let's go.
Alrighty, segment 3 over here. Let's circle back over here. Do you guys want to know who got the defensive player of the game chain?
It better be Mike. It better be
Who
Mike.
could it be?
KCP's gotten them all so far.
Dude, it's got to be Mike.
I'll give you a hint. It's a TLA.
A 3-letter acronym. MPJ?
MPJ.
Yes, sir. We did it. We did it.
Do you think Michael Malone hops on the timeline and looks at all of our accounts? It's like, is it KCP? Who is it? It has to be MPJ.
He goes about it the way we used to pick the player of the game.
Anyway, I'm glad to hear that. You know who also was dominant tonight, man? Aaron Gordon. Got that dog in him. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block shot. He was a game high plus 22. AG, man.
Dude, that finish was like the dopest thing I've ever seen. We talked about it before, but like, his athletic. So this year has started
Find the
off.
photo. There's a photo of the Nuggets. Put
Oh
of
yeah,
them,
yeah.
Where
Find
he's
that
like
photo.
crouched in the air. He looks like it's like on video games back in the old like Sega. Do you remember the old Sega games when a guy would jump and they would go into that? That's like they only had like 2 motions. That's what he looks like.
Like a ninja.
Like a little ninja jump.
Yeah, he's then, he hasn't been like...
He would climb ladders too.
He hasn't been like crazy athletic, I would say, in his play so far this season.
It's factual.
But that was incredible. Like there's things he does every now and again where you're like, oh my God, man. Like this guy is so incredible. Like that was so amazing. I've not seen him have a finish like that before. Have you? Like unreal. It's beautiful to behold.
I feel like everybody has improved as a facilitator this year. Aaron Gordon as the playmaker this year has been wild. Like he really is setting guys up and running the offense and getting involved in that way. This was also his most aggressive game. He took more shots than Jokic in this game.
Scroll it up a little if you can.
How the hell did he finish that on the other side of the basket?
I want to see his legs.
He looks like Spider-Man.
That is dope. That picture right there is actually dope. That's as far as I can go. Look, his hair is flying. He finishes that.
Just turn off the lower third.
But yeah, he started on one side.
Let's see. Dude,
oh man, you know what we have spotted in the wild right now is a Harrison wind. He is calling in.
The mighty winds are blowing, dude.
The mighty winds are blowing. I can't wait to hear. I told him to go before Jokic because Jokic takes it out. He got to get his lift in.
Oh, can we just say this really quick? Also, just man, that court was so bad. It was so hard to watch the game on that.
Was
thing.
it?
You didn't have.
I'm kind of with Dev. You know what? It was weird. All night was like.
I'm telling you, I had a hard time following the action.
Yeah, we do. We just had one. I thought we were talking in the
No, that's right.
Can we bring in Harrison when there he is live from the arena because he's got to get back to Yoke. How was it at the first ever in arena butt whooping?
Is he frozen?
What happened, Gil?
It seems like he's got a bad connection.
Oh. Wynn, do you have a little bad connection? So just walk us through, man. I'm not even going to ask questions. Just do your thing.
Well, I don't like Harrison's thing.
All right. Call back. See if you can call back.
Do your thing of connecting to the network better.
No other thoughts to Aaron Gordon. KCP continues to, by the way, just swipe steals. He had 2 tonight. He also was a plus 15. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. The steals lock right now, the steals bet is such a lock. He keeps getting them.
Dude.
Every single time. He's just so spry.
There it is.
So spry right now.
Oh, you're so crystal clear now, too, Wynn. Oh, my gosh. All right, take us inside, man. What was it like for the tournament? What was it like in the arena tonight?
The Mavs, quality opponent. People came out to see Luka, but there was definitely a cool buzz in the stands. It felt like a different game. Obviously, the court made that very apparent, but the league, I think, and the Nuggets have done a good job of just they made this game seem a little different, and I thought it was cool. Like, I really enjoyed that different aspect of it.
What else was different besides the look in the court?
Like on the pregame hype video that they run, before the starting lineups, it's like the quest for the cup begins now, stuff like that. Everybody in the stands was given a shirt that says in-season tournament. I think they gave like every home team the same shirts, but just a different color, Everybody here was wearing yellow shirts. Yeah, because it just like says in-season tournament, It's a very generic shirt.
It's like a family reunion shirt that everybody wears.
I'm telling you, they're just they're just doing this so that they can take it to ad sponsors next year and be like, this could be your logo right here.
Of course, we know that game.
We do know that game. All right, what else, Harrison?
Yeah, but I mean, it was a fun game. This team is just so fun to watch in person, man. Every game at Ball Arena, it's felt like a party so far, and I mean, tonight was no different.
Yeah,
so great.
Take us in the locker room.
Well, happy to report that Michael Porter Jr. got the defensive player of the game chain tonight.
Incredible.
I was going to have to open up an investigation if he did not get it. Something would have been going on that we needed to get to the bottom of. But thankfully he got it. And I mean, I thought it was well-deserved because probably the biggest story tonight was a great defensive game from Michael Porter Jr. He locked up Luka Doncic on countless one-on-one possessions. Luka tried to go at him. MPJ gave him nothing. And I felt like that was the biggest story. And, Michael Malone spoke to that after the game. He said Michael was really locked into the game plan, switching onto guys like Luka and Kyrie, just doing the best job he can defensively. He said Michael had his fingerprints all over the win tonight. And he just says that it's been a continuation of, what started last year. MPJ is bought into playing defense. He's trying. He's realizing that if he wants to be on the floor at the end of games, he's got to play defense. And he's showing Michael Malone that he cares about defense. So Michael Malone said tonight was a hell of a performance by him on both ends.
And then him making the threes too, which is great. Because sometimes you play really hard defense and then all right, but I'm tired and my legs are a little tired. I'm not in shot. He did both tonight, man. And I almost feel like it gave him a confidence boost in his shot.
Sounds like effusive praise from Michael Malone for MPJ, if I'm not mistaken.
Really was. There really was.
I'd qualify that as effusive praise. And, we heard from Michael Porter just now as well. And to your point about his threes, Michael Porter says that his ankle is still really bothering him. It's way better now than it was at the start of the season. He said his ankle was at 50% on opening night. Now he said it's around 75%. He said again tonight that he suffered a grade 3 sprain. But he said playing on it still makes it a little sore. He said it's a little sore right now, but he thinks that the improvement he's had in his ankle is helping him shoot better. He says at the beginning of the season, the first couple games, he thought he was shooting it so poorly because he just felt off balance with his threes. He felt like he was favoring one leg, fading too much. So he thinks because his ankle is getting better, he's going to continue to shoot it better.
Well, that's great news for the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, that they're going to get better.
I feel like the Nuggets win by 10 every time he makes his threes.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Yeah. Michael Malone also shouted out the rebounding tonight. Rebounding's been a struggle for the Nuggets so far this season, which has been weird because they've been such a great rebounding team the last several years. Michael Malone's challenging Aaron Gordon to get 8+ rebounds a night, Jamal Murray to get 6+ rebounds a night, but he was pleased with the 51-34 rebounding advantage tonight. He thought that was big in the win.
I thought so too.
Yeah. And it also sounds like Jamal Murray might sit tomorrow. He was probable coming into the game, but the way Michael Malone talked after this one, he might take a game off. He's got a couple nagging injuries going on.
Did you bring up that it's the takeover tomorrow and that's unacceptable?
I tried to, but somebody already said last question, so I couldn't get it in. Yeah.
Believable.
Yeah, now they take that. But I hope that Jokic plays.
Yeah, did they say anything about Jokic? Because if Jokic plays, I mean, part of me would not mind seeing a little Jokic with the pups. You know what I mean? We get a lot of. I love the Jokic, Christian Braun, Peyton Watson minutes. I love them.
Me too.
I just want to. If we got one game where it's we're just going to play those a lot of minutes, I'd be like, hell yeah, against the Bulls. Let's do it.
Let's take it.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't seem like Jokic was affected by his back tonight. He did only miss 2 shots.
It is so true. Jokic looked fine. What are we doing?
2 shots.
Yeah.
And one of those shots, so he missed 2 shots. One of them, he got the offensive rebound on and then ended up making 2 foul shots. And his other miss, I think somebody else offensive rebounded and scored.
The Sombor, right?
It was the Sombor. Yeah, he missed the Sombor and then he made a Sombor. So there you go.
Yeah.
Any other notes?
Michael Porter had some good stuff to say about just his improvement as a defender. He said, part of it is experience. Just being out there on the floor, you naturally get better. But he also said part of it is just how I feel physically. And I think he was more talking about his back and just getting back to his physical peak. He says, I figured out how to play guys in ISO situations. It's not about crowding them. It's using my length to make it difficult for them. And then he just said that, look, defense, it's just something I've had to get better at to fill my role on this team. And, if you want to be out there on the floor at the end of the games, you got to defend, and that's what I've been doing.
Beautiful.
Michael Porter really is just such a great story, man. I freaking love it.
Yep.
I'm telling you, though. It's to me, like, all of this is just such a testament to the coaching job of Michael Malone.
Yeah. And to the learning job, though, of Michael Porter, because we have seen the players go the other direction on that type of tough love. And honestly, if I was betting, I would have bet against Michael Porter. He just didn't seem like the kind of guy that would have gone this way, but he did. Yeah. And it's like awesome to see, man.
Lesser players like, I don't know, Yusuf Nurkic are not able to handle it.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's all I got from those guys. It was a fun night here. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Are you in or out on the in-season tournament?
I'm so in. I love the in-season tournament.
Let's get the cup. We want the cup.
I love it, man. Nikola Jokic wants that cup bad.
Let's get it, Dave. Let's get him his cup. Great stuff, Harrison. Get home safe, and go catch Jokic. All right, guys. Want to a little bit about Kind Love?
Oh yes.
What do you actually, Eric? What do you tell me about Kind Love?
Kind Love, a big partner of ours. They show us love, and we have brought love together. We have our own joint pack, the Immaculate Vibes joint pack. It comes with 5 immaculate joints. It's only $25. If you use DNVR, the code, while ordering it, if you say, I want DNVR's Immaculate Vibe joint pack, it immediately enacts a 25% discount at all of the Kind Love locations. There's one near Target, in Glendale, James Harden, if you're listening, if you come to town, John Morant. Also, there's one in northern Denver. I'm not exactly sure where that one is. Do you know?
I don't. Let me look it up though while you're doing this.
Yeah, but Kind Love is a great partner to us, and like, how cool is it that we have our own line of joint packs? Like, go buy those. They're amazing. Like, it feels so cool to walk around with like a cool DNVR joint pack in your pocket.
It really does. It just says North Denver. So there you go. But you can look it up. Also, guys, tell you about DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. NBA season's here. You want to make some bets? Hop on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Right now, if you haven't started gambling and you're a little bit curious about what it's like, right now you can win $200 instantly in bonus bets for just investing $5. You put $5 into your account, $200 comes back to you in bonus bets. Win or lose, doesn't even matter. You could, for example, bet on the Dallas Mavericks to win tonight. You would have gotten $200 in bonus bets.
Yeah, even if it was a foolish, ridiculous, childlike bet like that to make, you're still rewarded.
You still would have won. It wouldn't have mattered. You could have bet on a Jokic triple-double, and no matter what happens with that one Peyton Watson assist, you would have won your bet, or you would have won the instant bets. You can also do the same game parlays, which we always love. It's one of the great features about DraftKings Sportsbook, putting together those same game parlays. Basketball's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DNVR. New customers get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code DNVR. The crown is yours. All right, you guys ready? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE-NEW YORK. That's 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Licensed partner, Golden Nugget, Lake Charles, Louisiana. 21 plus age, varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 160 hours after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball. Terms for eligibility and deposit restrictions. Terms and responsible gaming resources.
Woo! It came out so natural. Was that a read?
Dude, that was just off the top of the dome. That was a freestyle, dude. I just thought of it when it came to me.
That was unbelievable. Let the man cook, dude.
Christian Braun doesn't get enough love, man. This guy is so unbelievable. He is such a good player, Christian Braun. I'm telling you, man.
Psh. Remember all the consternation?
Luka too tonight. For some, Luka was not hunting Christian Braun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He did not. And we say he doesn't get credit. I feel like every time Jokic can shout out the younger guys in the bench, I feel like it's a Christian Braun. Like, I really do think that he loves them. They're always together. They go as he goes, and he's just really just poised, under control, and that's without having to score every single time like he does it on defense. He is an incredible rebounder, especially for his size. Like, he is hunting down every single rebound. he loves those matchups that he gets to step out on guys and just prove his worth without fouling. Like he's playing without fouling and just really defending. He uses his strength, he uses his athleticism, and his finishes. He's been having some dunks through traffic that he dares you to jump on. Like I'm loving what I'm seeing from Christian Braun right now.
Browntown is in full effect. Browntown is beautiful this time of year. I have to say, it decorates well for the holidays. But like, for all the consternation, all the hand wringing, like, what are the Nuggets going to do? They've lost Bruce Brown. Who are they going to replace him with? How about Braun? Like it's fun, like it's okay. I mean, like he's not the offensive player that Bruce Brown is.
Is he? But here's the thing: you're right that he doesn't have the versatility, but when you're with Jokic, man, all that matters is, do you accentuate Jokic? Not do you take away or do this or that. Just accept, and he does. He doesn't screw up. I think this is why Jokic loves him. Is he's like, you know what's easy? But like everything's easy for me when you're out there because you're never F it up.
Yeah, it's so true. And he's a play hard man. I love what
such a play hard.
What Christian brings. It's just again like the bench itself. He like all of those guys. He's just like the way the bench plays is like contained. Like he is the perfect emblem for that. And he's probably a lot of the tone setter too. And he's just like such a quiet killer. There's so many people on this team that just put their head down and they just like murder you.
I'm telling you though, Dev, the Nuggets have outscored opponents by 35 points in the 46 minutes Jokic and Christian Braun have shared the court together. Almost a point per minute when those two play together. They really are like a very good duo in large part because defensively he's going to like make it a good defensive group. And then offensively, he just doesn't screw up.
They just complement each other so perfectly because he's not doing too much, but he's also playing the Jokic way, which is really, you can insert him on any team in the league and he's just going to do the right thing. Like he's already polished. And that's without his shot falling, but you don't have to have your shot falling if you know how to space the floor, if you know when to cut, if you're going to play hard and give minutes that are just meaningful for the team. So it doesn't matter if he's playing with Jokic. It doesn't matter if he's with the bench. He plays the right way. So why wouldn't it make sense with the best player?
All of the propaganda we heard from Calvin Booth about all these players is like so dead on. We're like, oh man, this guy's gassing up. He's just believing in his own pick. Like, yeah, dude, Calvin Truth, man. He just told us. He said almost exactly those things that you could just put a player like Christian Braun on any team in the league and he will make them better. Because he just plays hard, he plays the right way, he plays unselfishly, he plays with vigor. He just does everything you need out of a role player, and he's perfect for it, and he loves it. Like, it's beautiful.
Let's get to some super chats here. Did we get any today?
16.
Oh, doctor. Kevin O'Donnell, 1999. Thanks, Kev. Says,
hell yeah.
Just promise me you'll discuss the Peyton Watson interception dunk. Vamos Nuggets. We already did. Thanks for the 20.
Yeah, but dang it, man. I can't believe we got robbed. In all seriousness, though, Peyton Watson, I can't figure out his athleticism because that dunk was insane. He has these moments. His blocks are insane.
The bar melted.
What's that?
The bar melted down when that dunk happened.
I melted down.
It was crazy.
But it was just the perfect time to cut. That he just had to grab that. Like, Jokic was going to make the right play, and then it was like, whoop, here goes a better play.
Do you think he thought it was to him? Or do you think even he was like, oh, crap?
No, he thought it was to him. Because he knows if you do the right thing, he's like, he's going to find me. I just got to be ready for it. Grabbed it and just went up and
I hope somebody asked Jokic about that in the post game. Come on, Wind.
Yeah, Wind. Come on, earn your salt. DNVR Shady Cousin Super Chat.
Wow.
$4.99. Nothing better than
I got a lot of shady cousins.
I know, dude. Be more specific. Nothing better than smoking some za, watching smoke. Is that
pizza?
Is that pizza? Do you smoke pizza? I think you're right. I think that's a kind love situation. Watching some good old Nuggets boys winning on a Friday with some mid-ass jerseys.
What is happening?
I love my shady cousin. Man, I love Yoke. Send the $5 buck. Bradish Brendan says, Michael Two-Way Jr. Luka thought it was 2020.
He really did. It's not.
Brandon Niman says, First-time donor, so got to make it count. Oh, the Nuggets are so effing good. Also, Mizzou beats Georgia tomorrow. Okay, well, we don't care.
Do they play each other?
Yeah, right. Is in volleyball? What are we talking about? It's just Jordan 42069 says Michael Lucas Dupper Jr.
He also gave $6.90.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Dude, I love it.
It's like, what else do I have in my bank account?
Nothing makes me happier when somebody commits to a bit like that. Like
$6.90.
So beautiful. Oakley Cote says, glad we got the bounce back win. How do you guys feel about the new city editions? They're not our best, but I kind of like them. Shout out to D-Line for filling my dresser with dope designs. You're the man. Don't fill your dresser with this jersey. It's forgettable.
Oh,
it
by
looked
the way,
fine
are these the Jokic's or the Michael Porters?
They're the MPJs, dude.
They're the MPJs? Or they're early? I don't think we can declare it quite yet, but
So,
inside track, you're giving them
Here's
the
what
MPJs?
I'll say about the jerseys. Now, having seen them in action, in the end, they just kind of look like black jerseys, which is fine. Like the uniform, they just like they were wearing just black uniforms, which was fine. Like that was Dev's point.
I will say early on with the jerseys, it did take a second to figure out which one was the Nuggets.
It did.
You're
It did.
like,
It did. They have
we're
dude. They do have a Clippers vibe, but luckily they have the big yellow on the front. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm tired of bitching about them. Okay. CJ Jones says, I really don't like the city jerseys. I didn't like the city jerseys when I first saw them, but about halfway through this game, they definitely grew on me. Oh, the Nuggets are great.
If the Nuggets would have lost in those,
everyone would have been
like, but like he said, halfway through, you were like, hey, things are looking good around here.
Dude, we might win the
NBA
NBA Cup in these jerseys.
oh my God, dude. They're the Cups.
The Cups.
Seth says, proud of us all. I agree with you, Seth.
He just gave himself some credit, us some credit, Nuggets some credit. He's giving credit
He
out
gave
there.
$5 to us.
The easiest
including
teacher in the
himself.
world, right? Ish says, I hope the scouting report on Mike is that he's still a traffic cone on defense. Let them keep coming and testing him. ATA.
No ATA today.
Yeah, get lost. A85 Ramos, our homie, says, my big takeaway is that the jerseys are amazing. Dude, these jerseys are all over the map.
They are all over the map.
They are Jokic's jersey. Okay, well, there's their answer. He keeps stacking them. Just look at him in the Nuggets W graphic.
There you go.
I bet it looks great.
That is a cool graphic, though.
It is good.
It is.
Hey, shouts to the Nuggets social team. We had a little scuffle, but we're all good now. Freddie says,
You hold on. You had a little scuffle.
Freddie says,
I'm proud of us all.
Wait, did you have a scuffle?
I'm proud of us all.
I'm proud of us all.
I meant me and them.
Okay. There you go. I was making sure.
You don't have to insert yourself into every part of my life, Adam. Freddie says, Joker soakers is what D-Line calls Jokic shots because they're so wet. I said it. I'm not going to call them floaters anymore. I'm going to call them soakers, dude.
I
They're
hope you
so
don't call
wet.
them Joker soakers. That just don't call them that.
I'm going to be like, oh, here comes the soaker. Splash. All right. Doc Noe said, our homie from Yeti. Thanks for the tumblers, Doc. You're
Oh, really? Hell yeah, man.
Michael Thwarter Jr. Am I right? You are right. Michael Thwarter Jr. JT
That
says,
is a good one. That's good.
immaculate vibes, fellas, in actual tears when Death called vote. This show is incredible for us diehards that don't live in Denver anymore. Watching y'all ascend as a brand with the Nuggets is a treat.
I love when people love the dumbest stuff we do. You know, like I love it too. I love that when people are like, "Hell yeah, call vote." Dude, vote looked terrible.
I was just about to say,
the worst he's
hair
ever looked.
looks horrible.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
know what he's up to, but it looked.
Dude, you know what's happened is he got like East Coasticized.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
like
he's on
East Coast.
He's
on
been
vacation.
bathing in cheese.
He's clearly drunk. It's so many sorrows. Like, I missed Michael Porter
Well,
Jr.
that,
game.
yeah. Plus, he's full of regret and shame. Okay, David W., our homie, says, I didn't think Peyton Watson played bad tonight. Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, he really didn't. It was the stretch in the second half where he made like 3-4 mistakes in a row, and Malone was sick of it. I mean,
Also,
but he was good before
everybody
that.
was like a plus a lot. He was a minus 14 in a small amount of time. Like,
Yeah.
things weren't going well when he was on the court.
Yeah, Luka took advantage.
Look at again, freshman, first year semester. PhD. That's
Shit.
mismatch.
Shibon Kelly. Sorry. Yeah, Mike. Mike. Hot take: Nuggets record at home this season will challenge the 15-16 Spurs and the 85-86 Celtics for the most home wins in a season.
Well, that's going to be tested tomorrow. We'll find out. Back to back, maybe not a full roster. Let's find out.
Let's find out. We're fixing to find out. Mike Wilson, our homie. Dude, it's all the homies in the chat tonight.
Man.
Reread this from in the Budweiser beer commercial voice. What's up? World champions. I'm old enough to know that reference. Let's run this back. Good to see the boys back in mid-season form. See you guys at the December event. We back,
baby. By the way, who's coming tomorrow? I think there's still tickets available if you want to come. Be on the show.
Please come.
Excited to see y'all tomorrow.
Thomas Tiptree says $5 from Thomas Tiptree. Hell yeah, dude!
Yes,
that's a great one.
Yes, Thomas Tiptree.
Damn
hit
right.
that outro music. The bar is closed.
The bar has been lowered.
The laptop is closed. Man, what a week, man. We got one more little explanation point to put on this week. Any parting thoughts here, Deb?
Takeovers tomorrow. I'm excited to see everybody at the takeover. If you don't go to the takeover, still come to the bar to see everybody.
And then hangover afterwards.
And hangover. Like, everybody gets
Takeover
to...
is often turned into hangover.
Everybody gets to come on the show and talk about their experience, and it's going to be a win. So
Hell yeah, dude. And listen, man. We're smug. It's smug. It's time to be smug. Be smug. It's fine. The Nuggets are so goddamn good. They are so dope. They lost a game to Minnesota. It was just a reality check. They went out the night before. They were not themselves. When they are themselves, they are so dominant. Life is beautiful.
I just thought of something because, this week, big one for me. Started up the new All-City All-NBA show with Tim Legler. Me and Legs now doing 4 shows a week. I just thought of something. The YouTube channel's at like 1.2 thousand in 2 days. Pretty good. If you say, what number should I give it? If we do it, I'll force Legler to do an all Nuggets episode where Legler only gives Nuggets analysis. From start to finish, we just break down the Nuggets. Probably Michael Porter. I might ask him where Jokic ranks all time. What's a number I should set this to, Dev, to really influence everybody to get on their phone and, 1, subscribe to the podcast, leave a rating and a 5-star rating review, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. But the YouTube's the one I can measure. What should we put it at?
what is too high? What do you think is too high? I just want it to be just reasonable.
I'm barely paying attention.
Let's say 4,000.
4,000.
Let's say 4,000. Do you get the 4,000?
How did they make that happen?
Legler, I mean, there's at least 1,000 people watching live.
How do they make it happen?
And then you got another several thousand that are going to be watching it later on. You just got to go All-City, All-NBA show on YouTube. You can check it out. Me and Tim Legler. If we get that thing to 4,000, Legs will do a Nuggets, hour-long Nuggets breakdown.
You know what my favorite part about that show is?
The branding.
That's
where you're going. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us. Adios.
Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.